Here I have 1 bowl of soaked kabuli chanas which I have soaked overnight. Now I am gonna boil it. For boiling this we have a separate procedure which I am gonna show you now. Guys, we are making pindi chole. For making pindi chole I am gonna make one potli. In that potli I am gonna add these wholesome spices: clove, cardamom, cinnamon, jeera, pepper, bay leaves, and a bit of tea powder or tea leaves, you can say, for giving it a black color, because pindi chole always comes in a dark brownish color. So let me make potli out of it. All these things I am gonna add it in this, and I am gonna tie it up. My potli is ready and I am gonna add it inside this pressure cooker. I will just put it like this, and now I am gonna add pinch of salt. When we add salt, we get chanas very fluffy and bigger in size, and it gives a very good boiling essence to it. So now I am gonna close the lid and put it on a low flame for boiling. Here my chanas are boiling. I am gonna put it on the low flame. Chanas are finally boiled. As we can see, it's very brownish in color. I have removed the potli and put chanas in a bowl. I have not removed this water, if you can see, because the same water I am gonna use it while preparing the gravy. Here I have chopped 2 big onions, okay, 2.5 tomatoes, and I have grated ginger. I have chopped garlics in small, roughly chopped it is, 2 green chilies. I have chopped and kept it ready. If we want, we can, instead of tomato cutting like this, you can use tomato puree as well, but I am using chopped tomato here. So these are the ingredients. I have taken one kadhai. I have kept it on high flame. Now in this kadhai I am gonna add mustard oil. It's your wish, you can add any oil what you want, or ghee or butter, but it's always preferable that pindi chola is made in a mustard oil. It gives a very delicious taste. I have taken oil in the pan. Now we'll wait for it to get heated. Let it get heated, and then we are gonna add cumin seeds. Kadhai is heated. Now in this I am gonna add half teaspoon jeera or cumin seeds, you can say. Let it get crackered properly. Jeera has crackered well. Now in this I am gonna add green chilies, 2 green chilies which are chopped and kept it ready. Now I am gonna add the garlic. I'll add all the garlic. Ginger as well. Now I am gonna saute it. We will not saute it much, just we'll wait for a little brownish color and we'll add up the onions. I did not make ginger garlic paste because the crunch of ginger and garlic when it comes to mouth, it gives a very authentic taste. So that's why I have just crushed it and fried it instead of making paste. It's your choice. If you want, you can use ginger garlic paste also. There is not much difference in the taste. Now we can see it's in golden brown color. Wow, that looks yummy. Now in this I am gonna add the onions which I kept it ready. Here. Now I just saute it. Now what are we gonna do? We'll put flame on low and we'll let it fry. We want a proper golden brownish color of the onions. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put the flame low and saute it until it becomes soft and brownish. If you want, you can add pinch of salt in this step, but I am skipping it. I'll wait for it to get it saute on its own. Okay, as we can see, the tomatoes are getting mashed, but still I can see some tomatoes are still there, so I'm gonna crush it well, and I will add a pinch of water in it so that it should get cooked very well, and the proper tomato puree we get here. So little bit water, I'm not gonna add full, just to give it little fluid kind of texture. Now again I'm gonna leave it. If you want, you can mash it with the pav bhaji masher, but I'm not gonna use that because in some time if I leave it on a low flame, it's gonna get cooked on its own very easily. So just leave it. Since we have added salt, it becomes easier. As we can see, the tomatoes are getting mashed, but still I can see some tomatoes are still there, so I'm gonna crush it well, and I will add a pinch of water in it so that it should get cooked very well, and the proper tomato puree we get here. So little bit water, I'm not gonna add full, just to give it a little fluid kind of texture. Now again I'm gonna leave it. If you want, you can mash it with the pav bhaji masher, but I'm not gonna use that because in some time if I leave it on a low flame, it's gonna get cooked on its own very easily. So just leave it. Since we have added salt, it becomes easier. Here we can see that the masala have been fried nicely. So now at this stage I am gonna add chana into it and saute it. So here are the chanas which I am gonna add it. So, as you can see, this chana water, which I did not drain it out because I want the color has to be very dark brown. That is the reason I haven't even added turmeric into it. So chanas are boiled, so I'm not gonna mix it roughly, just a gap. Now we are gonna fry it for another 2 to 3 minutes on a medium flame. So I'm just gonna increase the flame a bit. Now when masalas are getting fried well, at this stage I am gonna add this crushed kasuri methi. It gives a very delicious taste in pindi chole. Just a quick saute to it. Well, that looks very delicious. Let it get sauteed for a while. Now when we see the chana have been fried well, at this stage I am gonna add water as per the requirement. If you want more gravy, you can add more gravy, but it's always better that it depends on your wish, that with what you are eating. So since I am gonna eat with rice today, I am gonna add little extra water. You can reduce the quantity of it. Yeah, I know it sounds strange, but yes, trust me, chole rice is also a very good combination. Now just a quick saute to it. We have added the water. I am gonna cover it with the lid. Okay, I'm just gonna cover it with the lid and cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. That's all, not more than that, just another 2 to 3 minutes. As chanas are boiled, it will not take much time. If you want to burn the gravy and you want a semi gravy kind of thickness, you can cook it for another 4 to 5 minutes, but keep saute in between so that it shouldn't get stuck at the bottom. We can see here that chole have been boiled well. You can still reduce the gravy if you want, but as I said, today I'm gonna serve it with the rice, so I'm gonna keep so much of gravy over here. Now I'm just gonna put the off, but before I put it off, I'm just gonna add a 1 full teaspoon of desi ghee. Desi ghee gives a very nice texture in pindi chole. Just a little bit more. If you do not have ghee, you can use butter also. It's all the same. Okay, but I always prefer ghee because it gives a very tangy taste. Now I have put it off, and I'm just gonna sprinkle some dhanias on top of it. I always chop dhania roughly, never in one uniform manner. So just give a nice saute, and that's all. Our cholas are ready. Well, that looks delicious.